Lille Énergie takes initiatives to boost renewable energies not only for commercial benefits, but also in a momentum to promote clean sources of energy. In this edition, we talk to Prakash Ramya, COO of Lille Énergie. Training to improve the level of service in the hair and beauty sector. This is the challenge taken up by Sasha, the school. We see how the level of service is rising as Mauritius improves its services industry. And Greece secures debt relief from the Eurozone after a long delay. This is an electric car, and it is here in Mauritius. It is in the showroom of the Lille Group. And as you know, Lille Group brings cars, and what we can see in this car, it's ready for 250 kilometers ready here. Now, this car runs on electricity, and it is charged normally at home or at some other stations which are specially built for charging electric cars. Now, we're talking about this. It's about what renewable energy is bringing to Mauritius. And today we're going to talk to the COO of Lille Énergie, which is a subsidiary of the Lille Group. And we're going to see how renewable energy is transforming Mauritius in various sectors, not only in the automobile sector, but also in other sectors. Mr. Prakash Ramya, so you are the COO of Lille Énergie, which is a subsidiary of the Lille Group. And now you're talking about renewable energy. When we talk about Lille, it is often associated with motor vehicles. And now, how did Lille Group decided to go in this field of renewable energy?
Yes, we staff and management of the Lille Groups, one of the few centenarian company in Mauritius, are firm believers in green energy for our actual and future generation. And we have since the last decades done a lot of small action that leads to this mindset. For instance, we stock all our paint effluents and also use oil from cars, and we dispose it through a third party in the proper manner, not to affect our environment. Later on, we also started to do rainwater harvesting. To use this rainwater, today we have cubic meters that we are using to clean all cars, maintain the environment, the yard, and also do all maintenance within the company itself. We are also doing the encouraging our staff and all employees to separate all the e-waste, paper waste, and also plastic, so that in the future we dispose them through green in the proper manner. Last but not the least, we have started to use only bottled water, no more plastic. Very soon we'll completely ban plastic bottle in the Lille Group.
Mm-hmm. And since you have started in this line of renewable energy, how has the journey been so far?
Lille Énergie is a subsidiary of the Lille Group. Along with our foreign partners, European partners, we started to design, install, implement, and also provide preventive maintenance for all our photovoltaic kits for those lucky few customers who were in the first batch of the CEB grid code. And this has been a very good experience, because through these gentlemen, we received a very tight and appropriate training that built our code of conduct and also our ethical way of working and practice a very, very strict electrical installation as per European norm and standard.
Mm-hmm. Now, strictly talking about renewable energy, what have been the major achievements of the group in this field?
Yes, we at Lille Energy, we have been a strong collaborator with the CEB over the first feed-in tariff scheme, then in the free SSDG net metering scheme, and also for the MSDG scheme, where we have contributed with over more than 300 installations done to date, to the tune of nearly 2.5 megawatt of rooftop solar projects only.
And as we said earlier, Lille is often associated with motor vehicles. And now, how do you do that renewable energy to motor vehicles?
Yes, we at Lille Energy, from the very outset, we knew that the future of transportation lies in clean e-mobility. So, ever since we have started to install solar photovoltaic kit, we encourage those customers who want to buy electric cars to have their own charging station. Thus, with a clean home charging station or car charging station, they can easily save not only on costs, because it costs less than a rupee to run an electric car charged with photovoltaic, compared to a traditional internal combustion car, where it costs over 3 rupees. And also avoid this saying that electric car users are big polluters.
And now we're talking about cars that Lille brings into Mauritius and commercialize in the country, but about other vehicles like buses or motorcycles, scooters and all that. How is it going to be part of this renewable energy strategy in Mauritius?
I've recently read one article where, if in the Mauritian context, if we take the 2,600 buses fleet of Mauritius and we replace them by electric buses charged by solar photovoltaic, we reduce our carbon emission by 20%. That is single action. Mauritius has signed, the government of Mauritius, the authorities have signed several UN conventions to reduce its greenhouse gas emission. So through a single action, a single initiative, that could be a big achievement. Nowadays, we are looking at other means of transport. You got taxi fleet, school buses, you got e-scooters, e-bikes. All these equipment can be charged by solar photovoltaic energy. The sun energy is free. It's available plenty. We are in a tropical, small developing island state where we are prone to climatic calamities. So it's better we try to adapt these new ways of living, new modes of energy generation, and adapt it to all our ways of living, ways of mobility, and this will really change the climatic condition of Mauritius in the long run.
You just said that the sun, yes, is free, is available in Mauritius for very long periods, but at night we don't have sun. How do you stock the energy we produce?
No need to stock. No need to stock for the time being. Okay, some people may say it's far-fetched, but you know, the CEB has got free scheme. All the scheme of the CEB, we have got a very good grid where actually we are producing energy to the tune of 30% exporting to the grid. Now that the CEB are putting more batteries, more for saving of battery energy storage system to shave off the network, it will be very helpful to have more penetration on the network. Thus enable people to generate energy during the day, send it to the grid, and at night take it back to charge their cars. In so doing, they are also contributing to a clean environment. By taking back at night, it will be cheaper for them to charge their cars. No use to keep batteries. Batteries are still expensive. Still, though we have got good technologies coming up, but still very expensive. It's rather more worth it to have it charged at night after you have contributed already during the day for clean energy on the CEB network.
I understand that Lille has done a number of projects regarding renewable energy here itself. like photovoltaic panels, solar panels, like you've been installing. But is it accessible to anyone to just use this kind of energy? I mean, the cost.
Yeah, because in the very beginning, the year 2012, it was very expensive. But nowadays, price has gone down. People can easily invest. Banks are there. You can recover your investment within 5 years, and in so doing, after 5 years, it's all benefit for you, for the end customers. And also, we at Lille Energy, we provide free preventive maintenance for the next 7 years, and we also provide after-sales service.
People are moving now, are being more conscious about renewable energy and clean energy. Now, how long do you think and how it is going to be possible to have a fair mix of renewable energy and also fossil fuels?
As I mentioned earlier, it's a simple example. Take the bus fleet itself. We have got nearly around 2,600 buses. If we just convert this fleet to electric buses, it will reduce our carbon emission. That's a simple example. Then you got all the other sources of transport where you can do the same thing. And we have to work in collaboration with the CEB to go into to adapt our project in such a way that we are getting clean energy to electrify this vehicle. In so doing, we can reduce substantially our fossil fuel consumption. Our forex savings will be substantial for the country, and also a clean environment for the future generation. Mm-hmm. That's very important.
And now, Mr. Prakash Ramya, you as COO of Lille Energy, has your company been doing some promotional campaigns, especially targeting young people to be more aware about cleaner energy?
Yes. We, from the very outset in the year 2012, we have installed photovoltaic kits in more than 50 schools. When I say school, it means from primary to secondary level. We have installed on several remote islands. We have installed several installations in Rodrigues Island as well. And the beauty of this is that from the very young age, you're inculcating in the mindset of young children the need for clean energy. And I've seen several cases where these children have brought in their parents to buy photovoltaics. That's the best way, and this will be a perpetual action, because every year you have nearly 10,000 school leavers. So a new generation will come there and they will start from the outset. That has been a very laudable initiative. And I can tell you also, on the remote islands, in Rodrigues Island, it's doing there's a lot of impact, positive impact about this project. Mm-hmm. Small islands are very cyclonic prone. So if in Mauritius we can lead by the example and do such projects, we can use our workforce going to other islands of the Indian Ocean or even into Africa, some part of Africa, to work together and make such project happen.
Eurozone finance ministers released long-delayed debt release to Greece on Friday, saying the government had implemented reforms promised during the massive bailout that ended last year. The debt relief measures are mainly profits made by the European Central Bank and other EU central banks and Greek government bonds during the bailout period. The decision comes as hopes rise that Greece has turned the economic corner. Last month, Athens issued a 10-year bond, the first major borrowing effort since its debt crisis. Growth is expected to reach 2.4% in 2019 after an estimated 2.1% in 2018, according to the latest International Monetary Fund projections. The German car giant Volkswagen has signed a multi-year agreement with Amazon Web Services to build the Volkswagen Industrial Cloud. The German carmaker needs Amazon Web Services to power its Volkswagen Industrial Cloud, which is intended to become a platform linking Volkswagen's 122 production facilities around the world. Last year, Volkswagen announced a new strategy aimed at improving production efficiency at the carmaker by 30% by 2025. The new plan is expected to result in a loss of 7,000 jobs by 2023, but the savings to the tune of 8 billion euros in cash to be spent on research and development. The concept of beauty and hairstyling is changing as more people demand for professional care in the world. Mauritius is no exception. But to cater for this demand, high-quality training is a key component. In Kirpip, Sasha, the school has embarked on an ambitious project to train young people in beauty and hair segments, not only for the local market, but also to meet international standards. Hi Andy,
Hi.
what are you doing here?
Here I'm doing some highlights for coloring application. Yeah.
So, since when are you here in this school?
I'm here for 6 months. Yeah. And I have 15 months to go.
So what are you learning here?
Here I'm learning the base of hairdressing and barbering. I'm doing an high-tech diploma and all the base in hairdressing, in coloring and in barbering.
And what brought this interest into you to get into hairdressing?
My dream was to become a well-known hairdresser like Mr. Sasha and also a well-known colorist.
What do you expect to do after you complete your diploma?
After I complete my diploma, I want to work in the Maison Sasha and continue to fulfill my dream to become a well-known hairdresser.
Sasha, we are here at Maison Sasha. We've been to the school, Sasha, the school, and we would like to know how this family business evolved into an international standards business.
Like you say, it's a family business, so I've got a proper teacher, which is my dad actually. So I've been taught the proper way to do hair and to do business. Actually, it's like learning from somebody who is like a huge inspiration for me. He's nearly 76 now. He's still going to work every morning. So I think for my side is to bring up to this standard is a hard work. To see my teacher, who is actually my mentor also, pushing the limit from his age is a great inspiration for me. And that's, I think, that bring me to these standards today.
Now, training is very important to you, as you've been mentioning. Your dad is your inspiration. Now, where did this idea come to open a training school?
So this year will be 24 years in Mauritius. I've been training with my dad first, and I've been to Europe, a bit around the world to train. When I come back here in 1995, I start my salon with one junior, who actually was working in my brother's shop, doing sales girls. So I trained her. She was my first hairdresser with me. Since then, up to now, we are 75 in the group. So every time we recruit, we need to redo all the training again. We do the proper training to show them the real way to work hair and to do beauty. So 4 years back, I said to myself, all right, let's start a proper school to give the proper way, because I believe like to act like a real teacher, like my father have act for me. A real teacher for me is a person that he taught what he is doing. So a fake teacher will taught you, probably will say to you, you will make more money than a fake teacher one day. But for me, it was high time to give them the proper training. Like myself, I'm still behind the chair. I'm still doing hair. I'm still running the business. I'm still like welcoming my clients and doing clients every day. The ideas to do the school come from this point.
Now, how do you recruit your trainees?
When we started our school, I think that it was more like ethics of mouse, okay, word of mouth. So, up to now, we just do very little of communication. I've been working hard the past 24 years, and lots of our students now, I think that they want me like a model. They want to have this success story behind, and they want to. It's more like this way we are recruiting our students now.
So, Mr. Olivier Chan, you're a trainer here at Sasha, the school. And basically, what do you teach here? What do students get to learn from here?
Okay, so today we are offering a course, a diploma, of iTech in hair and beauty. So this batch is hair and barbering. So it's basically hairdressing for women and barbering for men. And we do have another section which is on the other side, which is the beauty, so for beautician, so for nail technician, makeup, and so anything about beauty.
With this training, what can the students get? Where do they go?
Okay, so the student will get to work professionally, okay, with a background, so an international background, which is the high-tech education, and pivot point, so backed up with pivot point. So basically they have all the latest techniques in hair and beauty. Yes.
Now, you're talking about high-tech. What does that mean? What is it exactly?
So high-tech is an international recognized company, so it's certified to be recognized in more than 43 countries. So the education is based from England, okay, and it is well, internationally approved.
Now, when the student comes here,
Yes.
and then he or she chooses to be part of this training center, training school, and then how does it all go? How does it start? Where does it finish? Where does it end?
So basically it starts, you know, with the basics, so with moral principle, how to dress, dress to impress, okay, how to be, you know, the basic being polite, being the communication, the way how we talk to discuss client relationship and all that. So everything starts with, you know, the mind, how to behave, and also how to get the basics out of the skills, okay? So because nowadays there are some people that don't really get the importance in the basics of the skills. So we start from the bottom of the principles, up, building up to where a hairdresser should be.
So I understand you're offering an international training here in your school, and where does that lead the students to?
So iTech is a diploma that is recognized in 42 countries. So the program is very good. Actually, it pushes the limit with the students that to have a proper portfolio. Then they have a ID tracking number worldwide once they start the training. iTech opened on all the Commonwealth countries, and actually lots of demand in Dubai, all the top 5-star hotel. And let me tell you, the cruise is like pulling out all my students, getting my students with them always.
You've been talking about cruises. We know cruises, hotels is about hospitality. People are hiring people in Mauritius who are experts in hospitality. But where does hairdressing and beauty come in that?
Actually, there's a lot of demands, exactly like hotels. So because like now, most of the hotels, when they market themselves around the world, it can be 3-star to up to 6-7 stars. They are like adding spas at the end. Okay, so having like a very good hairdresser or therapist that understand the world market and how to play with the color, to play with the treatment. So, and I think that with Mauritius, which is B language, we are doing very well with some of the hotels in Dubai and in few places in Canada also.
You're just talking about Canada. Canada is recruiting massively across the world.
Yeah.
And where does Mauritius find its place there?
I think that people in Canada like the way Mauritians are, like they mingle very easily. And I think also that Mauritian people, when they are abroad, they are very hard worker. I will not say that they are not hard worker here, but abroad they do very, very well. And also I will tell you that Canada is not only like recruiting anyone in hairdressing or beauty therapy. They want the best. They want people that know how to deal with people, how to work, and how to push the limit a bit forward.
Do you think that Mauritius has the potential to become like an international brand by itself in this sector?
Absolutely. That's what we are working hard on that. Because in our school, we do it like a mini campus. The way we train our students, that we give them a lot of extracurricular things to do, to create their portfolio, to create their own album, to create their own logo, to make their creative sides to develop more.
So that's it for this edition of Business Connect. Find this program on our website and also follow us on our Facebook page. Until next week we meet, it's goodbye from us.